everybody. So I'm just going to do a quick video because lately I've been really bummed out and I'm not really feeling like talking a lot, I guess. Um, so I'm just here to do my update and just leave it at that, right? So I am still 293 pounds. Just this morning I had the realization that I have lost maybe 6 pounds in the last 2 months. And that's kind of a hard thing to think about when you know you're still supposed to be losing at a faster rate. So I have a checkup coming up in like 11 days. And I find myself sitting here thinking, how can I make it up? How can I lose more weight? How can I do this really quickly before I go and weigh in? And it's not a good mentality to have. And I know there's no way for me to make up that kind of weight loss in 2 weeks, so it's a recipe for disappointment. But I can't do anything about it, so I don't know what else to say about it, like, it is what it is. I'm starting to really dislike the part of my life that is dictated by the success of the scale, or the success of, my body. But I think I'm disliking it because I'm not seeing as much success in that area as I used to. And for a long time, that was the area that I was actually seeing success, whereas everything else was pretty difficult. So now it's just becoming one of the difficult things, because it's not like everything's falling apart or everything's real bad. It's just like everything's so hard. I enjoyed having the time where it wasn't hard, where I could just lose weight. I could follow the program, I could lose weight, and that was it. And now it's like, I don't know if it's because I eat more now, or if it's because I don't eat enough now, or if I found the sweet spot where it's not quite enough food, but not too little food, so like my body's just kind of sitting. I don't know. It's it's incredibly frustrating, especially when you see all these other people who have gone through the same process, who aren't having these long drawn out periods of no movement. There's not a lot of people who are relating to that out there. So anyway, I did do better with my food this week. I'm going to continue trying to do better. I started an exercise goal. I found a website that would let me actually plot a map so that I could like measure my goal and distance on actual like destinations, and I think that's pretty cool. Like, I have wanted something like that for a while. I used to use something like that many years ago, and I found it very compelling to do like miles on my bike. So I'm hoping that that will be the case again. I'm I'm basically getting involved and participating in as many things as I possibly can when it comes to health and fitness. And I'm still having these moments where it's just not good enough. I guess that's how life is, though. Like, it can't always be good enough. It can't always be perfect. It can't always go right. Anyway, you know, I mean, it's a life period of time, whatever. It's full of changes, and it's kind of hard for me to do the dietary stuff alongside what's going on in my life right now. But I have to figure that out. I have to figure out a way. I don't really have a choice. So, one thing that did happen, like after my last video, and like maybe just take a moment to say something about it. After my last video, I had somebody reach out, and I had a couple of people reach out and offer me suggestions for like YouTube channels that are led by nutritionists and things like that. And I don't mean to be insulting to people who make those kinds of suggestions, but I don't want generic advice from some random person on YouTube. I pay a team of doctors and providers to do that for me. And if the nutritionist at my surgical program were to heavily suggest me watch a certain program on YouTube, I probably would. But I'm probably not going to follow you on Instagram. I'm probably not going to follow a nutritionist on YouTube. I'm probably not going to adhere to some article on Livestrong. Like, it's just not, those are not the resources I'm going to help guide me. Those were resources I had available to me before I had surgery, and those are the same resources that I tried to use to lose weight before I asked for a team of providers and doctors to address my case specifically. You know, I mean, if you are somebody who's done your research and prepared for surgery, you're in the same boat. Like, you've spent years trying to follow that advice, and it either didn't work or it worked to a certain point, but you knew you needed more help. I don't understand why it's offensive to people when I'm not like, oh, thank you. I never, ever thought of that before. Like, I almost find it offensive that, you know, people want to provide that without me asking. Because it's like they think that I haven't tried or that I haven't done any searches or research or anything. I am happy to have conversations with you one-on-one about what's actually working for me or what my nutritionist has shared with me, or what I've tried and hasn't worked, or what I think about things. But I'm not looking to step outside my surgical team's plan. I think right now I get real frustrated because, like, that's what I paid them for, and their plan doesn't seem to work all the time. So I want them to fix it. Like, I don't want to run around and try different random things. I want them to learn from the same things that I'm learning. And the only way that's going to happen is if I keep going back to them and I keep talking to them about it. Anyway, it's not been an easy week. And I'm not anticipating an easy week coming up. So you might get the impression that I'm not feeling particularly optimistic, and that is correct. But I am going to try my best to turn that around. And hopefully next week when I do my update, it will be happier and more worth looking at. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye.